Did you know that fasting could be the one simple change that transforms your blood pressure, your energy levels, and even your sleep quality all at the same time? What if I told you that one natural intervention could target multiple disease pathways in your body simultaneously? Let me share something fascinating with you. I attend medical conferences where researchers present their findings about different diseases. Each expert talks about the specific pathways their research has uncovered. One discusses heart disease mechanisms, another presents findings on diabetes, and yet another explains metabolic disorders. But here is what strikes me every single time. At the end of these presentations, I ask one simple question. Is there one natural intervention that can positively impact all these pathways at once? The answer is always fasting. Before we dive deeper, please take a moment to write in the comments which country you're watching from. I love connecting with our global community of natural health seekers. Why fasting works for blood pressure? Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine a typical scenario in my cardiology office. A 45-year-old man walks in. His doctor just diagnosed him with high blood pressure and handed him a prescription. "Take this pill from now on," his doctor said. But this patient heard about fasting and wants to know if there is another way. This is where understanding your body becomes powerful. When someone has high blood pressure, I do not immediately think about medication. I think about what is happening inside their body at a cellular level. And, more often than not, the root cause comes down to one thing: insulin resistance. Understanding insulin resistance and blood pressure. Here's how insulin resistance raises your blood pressure. When your insulin levels stay elevated for too long, something important happens in your blood vessels. Your body stops producing enough nitric oxide. Now, nitric oxide is crucial because it acts as a natural vasodilator. In simple terms, it helps your blood vessels relax and stay open. When you have low nitric oxide, your blood vessels constrict or tighten up. Think of it like trying to push water through a narrow pipe instead of a wide one. The pressure increases dramatically. That's high blood pressure in action. If you're finding value in this information, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our natural health insights. The hidden fat problem. Now, here's something most people don't realize. You don't have to be obviously overweight to have insulin resistance. Many people look thin on the outside, but carry dangerous fat on the inside. We call this being a TOFI, which stands for thin outside, fat inside. These individuals might have a relatively normal weight. Maybe they just have a small belly. But inside their body, fat is accumulating around their organs, especially their liver and pancreas. This internal fat is just as problematic, if not more so, than visible excess weight. So how do I check if someone has insulin resistance? I run several simple tests. First, I check their hemoglobin A1C. Even if this number is not in the diabetic range, if it sits between 5.4 and 6.4, that person likely has insulin resistance. Next, I order a Kraft test, which measures how insulin levels spike after eating. I measure their waist size to check for abdominal fat accumulation. Finally, I get a liver ultrasound to see if fatty liver disease is present. If any of these tests come back positive, my recommendation is clear. This person needs to fast because they need to restore insulin sensitivity. The fasting solution. And here is where fasting becomes your most powerful tool. And let me be clear about something important. This is not about counting calories or restricting how much you eat. This approach focuses entirely on when you eat, not how much. I look at each patient individually. I ask about their lifestyle and preferences. Do you like breakfast? Some people say they're not really breakfast people. Perfect! Skip it! What about lunch? If they can skip that too, even better. The goal is to eat just once or twice a day, ideally having dinner as the main meal. What happens inside your body during fasting? When you fast throughout the day and only eat in the evening, something remarkable happens. Your insulin levels stay low all day. Then, when you finally eat that evening meal, your body produces very little insulin. Why? Because you have become insulin sensitive again. This is completely different from what happens when you eat multiple times throughout the day. Imagine eating breakfast, then a snack, then lunch, then another snack, then dinner. Your insulin levels never get a chance to come down. They stay elevated constantly. Before one meal's insulin spike can fully decrease, the next meal is already raising it again. This keeps you trapped in a cycle of insulin resistance. But when you fast, the opposite occurs. With low insulin levels all day, your body stops storing fat. In fact, it starts burning the fat you already have stored, especially the dangerous visceral fat around your organs. The multiple benefits of lower insulin. When insulin levels drop, your body begins a natural healing process. First, the fatty liver starts to reverse. Fat around your pancreas decreases. All that visceral fat, the kind wrapped around your internal organs, begins to melt away. And here's something interesting. You will also lose weight from an unexpected place, your tongue. Yes, your tongue is mostly fat, which is why it can move so freely. The first 20 to 30 pounds you lose includes a disproportionate amount of weight from your tongue. This tongue weight loss has immediate benefits. Sleep apnea improves dramatically. Snoring decreases or stops completely. Patients tell me, "I am sleeping so much better now. I am not snoring anymore. My partner is happy." And guess what? Better sleep means better blood pressure, because sleep apnea itself contributes to high blood pressure. The energy transformation. One of the most common questions I get is this: won't I feel tired and weak if I am not eating all day? The answer surprises most people. You will actually feel more energetic. Here is why. When you eat frequently, much of your food energy goes directly into storage as fat. Your body only has access to a portion of what you consume. It's like having a fuel tank where half the fuel is locked away and unavailable. You're running on a partial tank all the time. But when you fast, less of your calorie intake goes into storage. More remains available for your body to use immediately. Your full fuel tank is accessible. Plus, your metabolic rate actually increases. Your brown fat cells, which are specialized fat-burning cells, become more active. They burn calories more efficiently. The result? You wake up feeling energized. You have more vitality throughout the day. You feel vibrant and alive, not sluggish and tired. If this information is resonating with you, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps us reach more people seeking natural health solutions. Restored hunger signals. There's another crucial benefit to fasting. It restores your leptin sensitivity. Leptin is the hormone that tells your brain you're full and satisfied after eating. When you eat constantly, you develop leptin resistance. Your brain stops receiving the signal that you've had enough food. You never feel truly satisfied, no matter how much you eat. But fasting reverses this. Once your leptin sensitivity returns, you naturally eat appropriate amounts. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're fasting and eating once a day. Then Saturday comes and you visit a friend for lunch. You decide to eat with them. What happens? You will eat a small portion and feel completely satisfied. Your body gives you the clear signal that you've had enough food. You stop eating naturally without forcing yourself. This is your body working the way it was designed to work. You're not fighting against your hunger signals anymore. You're working with them. The nitric oxide connection. Remember how I mentioned that insulin resistance depletes nitric oxide, causing blood vessels to constrict? Well, when fasting lowers your insulin levels, nitric oxide production increases again. Your blood vessels relax. Blood pressure comes down naturally. But here is an additional benefit that many of my male patients appreciate. Erectile dysfunction often improves significantly. Why? Because erectile function depends heavily on nitric oxide. Better nitric oxide levels mean better blood flow everywhere, including where it matters for intimate health. I have worked with hundreds of patients who experienced this improvement. It all comes back to nitric oxide production. Realistic expectations about weight loss through fasting. I want to set realistic expectations about weight loss through fasting. Many people think they will lose 40 or 50 pounds quickly. That's not usually what happens. The TOFI individuals, those who are thin outside but fat inside, will lose some weight but not massive amounts. However, and this is crucial, the weight they do lose is the most dangerous kind. It's the internal visceral fat, the fat around organs. This is far more important for health than losing subcutaneous fat, the fat you can pinch under your skin. The primary purpose of fasting for blood pressure is not weight loss. It's hormonal restoration. It's about bringing insulin levels down, normalizing your Kraft test results, reversing fatty liver, and reducing your hemoglobin A1C to healthy levels below 5.4. Long-term results. What do the results look like 1 year later? When I retest my fasting patients, I see remarkable changes. The Kraft test, which measures insulin response, normalizes completely. The liver ultrasound shows the fatty liver has resolved. The hemoglobin A1C drops below 5.4 into the normal range. And of course, blood pressure comes down, often to completely normal levels without any medication. The power of one intervention. This is why I am so passionate about fasting. It's one intervention that addresses multiple pathways simultaneously. It tackles insulin resistance, reduces inflammation, improves hormonal balance, enhances metabolic function, and restores normal hunger signals, all from the simple practice of eating less frequently. You're not adding complicated supplements or expensive treatments. You're not following restrictive meal plans that are impossible to maintain. You're simply allowing your body the time it needs between meals to reset and heal. Your path forward. If you are dealing with high blood pressure, insulin resistance, fatty liver, or metabolic issues, consider giving fasting a try. Start slowly if needed. Perhaps begin with skipping breakfast and see how you feel. Listen to your body. Pay attention to your energy levels and how satisfied you feel after meals. Remember, this is not about deprivation. It's about working with your body's natural rhythms and giving it the metabolic rest it needs to function optimally. Join our community of natural health enthusiasts by subscribing to VIGORPHIL and ring that notification bell so you never miss our latest health discoveries. Which benefit of fasting interests you most? Lower blood pressure, better energy, improved sleep, or hormonal balance? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for investing time in your health today. Every step you take toward understanding your body is a step toward true wellness.